Hi. It's like 10 at night for me, and I'm really tired, but I'm doing this anyway. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening, morning, night, whatever time it is whenever you watch this. So I've been openly non-binary for a few years now. I want to say like 2 years ago, something like that. Ever since I graduated high school in like 2021, okay, never mind, 3 years actually. Yeah, ever since I graduated high school in 2021, I've been very open about who I am as a person. You know, non-binary, all that stuff, all that fun stuff. It's fun at times. Like, I'm fully okay with my gender and my gender identity, but I'd be lying if I said there were like no issues that impacted my day-to-day regarding being non-binary, right? Like, one of my biggest like gripes that I have with being non-binary is just like, it really just feels like being gendered properly, or like being addressed in the way that, you know, you feel is best for you. It feels like it's conditional when it comes to like other people, because most of the time it's like if another trans or non-binary person, like if I'm talking to someone who is also trans or NB, they have like next to no issue, you know, gendering me properly. Like, they have no problems doing that, and that's how it should be. But for the most part, usually with like cis people, not even like cis het people, mostly just cis people in general, because a lot of like, yeah, there's been some transphobia lately with like cis queer people too, from what I've been seeing, and it's just kind of lame. But back to my point, a lot of cis people they just don't like gendering properly for some reason. Like, if someone tells them, oh, I'm a woman now, I use she, her pronouns, or like I use she, they pronouns, or I use any pronouns, then either they'll either like have a major problem with it and like throw a tantrum, completely disregard whatever the other person is trying to say, or they'll quote unquote try their best to, you know, adjust. And then, yeah, it mostly feels like when it comes to cis people, they only truly like gender us properly whenever they're in a good mood, or whenever they're in like an okay mood, or whatever it may be. Because I've had the unfortunate experience of pretty much having like conditioned privilege, or not even privilege, like just conditioned respect. It's like if someone's like mad at me, mostly when it comes to like my day-to-day life, it mostly comes down to like my parents or whatever it may be. It feels like if I do something wrong, then they'll immediately just default to he, him, or, you know, or like a man, and I frankly really fucking hate being called that. I'm a mab, yeah, but I've been very open with who I am for a couple of years now. So why does it like go away in your head pretty much whenever you're pissed off at me? And this only really happens whenever people are pissed off, right? Like, this is nowhere near as much of an issue if someone's like in a neutral mood, because like, the thing is, right, there's a difference between slip-ups and angry misgendering. Because it's like, if someone slips up, usually you correct them and then they apologize and then immediately fix themselves, right? That's fine, that's whatever. But if someone's pissed off and they misgender you, you can't really say anything, because then it'll just add fuel to the fire, pretty much. Like, I can't sit there and be like, don't call me a man, when someone's like fucking yelling at me and shit, or getting pissed off at me or whatever, because it'll just make shit worse. And that's just my unfortunate truth. Hopefully it's not like that with other people, but It really feels like it's that way with me. And I really don't like it. I'm not a fan of this stuff. I just want to be treated with respect. I just want to be treated fairly. That's all we're really asking for. Trans people aren't asking to like control the world or fucking trans all your children or whatever it may be. Like, no one's really doing that. That's not a thing that happens. And if you think it is, I promise you just need to go outside and or talk to like a trans person, and I assure you we're most of the time just chill people who just want to live our lives. I would like to reiterate, being misgendered, it only really bothers me when there's malicious intent behind it. I just want to reiterate that. And it feels like, especially since I'm a gamer or like content creator, it's like, it feels like it'll be a little bit harder for me to find my niche of like my target audience, pretty much. And you know, since I play Overwatch, right, and like this is fucking Overwatch footage that's gonna be like there for the background, unless you have this like on another tab or something, you're just kind of listening for the sake of listening, which I appreciate regardless. But a lot of video games in general just kind of are dominated by cis men, and it really just feels like any sort of experiences we have as trans people, as non-binary people, it feels like it's just kind of downplayed a lot. Also, a little side note, I just want to add, it feels like my experiences as an AMAB non-binary person are uniquely awful in the sense of like, how do I describe it? It's like, people will look at me and go, oh, that's a man. But I'm not. I don't like being called a man. I don't like, you know, being around like certain masculine things. Even nowadays, when non-binary people are slowly but surely, you know, being introduced to the general gaming public, like, for example, with Overwatch, we got Venture, right? Venture has been a very fun addition to Overwatch. I really enjoy their playstyle. I love playing them. They've honestly made me a DPS player for the past like season and a half. They're great. I love playing Venture. I love, you know, checking out Valeria's stuff and seeing the stupid shit they say on Twitter because they're really funny, and how they're like super active with the community. But it does kind of sadden me a little bit that it's like, even though we got the representation we're like trying to get in gaming, it feels like we're still really far away from like any real progress from being made. Because it's like, you can't go like a single video regarding like Venture in this case. You can't go really a single video without some fucking weirdo sitting in the comments just like, oh, Venture is great. I love playing her. I love, like, she's so fun. She's a good character. She's annoying to play. And then someone in the comments will respond to that person, you know, misgender them, and be like, actually, Venture uses they, them pronouns. And then the fucking original response, or the original poster, would be like, no, that's a woman, that's a she, blah, 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 etc., etc. You know what I mean? And it's like, I understand that that's very much, like, not the wide sentiment regarding, you know, Venture and Overwatch in this particular case. But I don't know, it just kind of feels like that's a little bit too common of an occurrence for my liking, or for anyone's liking, probably. But yeah, just, and even then, even though we have like Venture for Overwatch and fucking Clove from Valorant, those are like the only two things I could think of off the top of my head that have been like big video game titles that have non-binary representation. Like, thing is, right, I do kind of think we should try having more be rep in bigger pieces of media. I don't, like, does that make sense to say? I hope it does, because it's like, I don't know, just, I want non-binary as an identity, as a concept to be better understood by the general public, and make it so that, you know, misgendering is less common, because honestly, for me at least, getting misgendered just feels really disrespectful. If it's like done with malicious intent, it's just really disrespectful to me. Or like if someone only does it if they're pissed off at me, it's just disrespectful. That's the thing. It does hurt a little bit. And this isn't even a matter of like, oh, my feelings are so soft, or you're so soft, you snowflake, yada yada yada. This fucking, like, really. The funny thing is, like, the people who say, or the people who call others snowflakes, like, I guarantee you, they're the ones like actually bitching about shit that is genuinely unimportant. Like a fucking Eminem having stilettos or fucking whatever, or like Target having a fucking section where they have rainbow capitalism all over the place. Like, they're the ones actually bitching about silly shit. Like, fucking, I'm just over here trying to just live my life how I want to be. And I understand that, like, you know, gender it can get very complicated at times. It's a very abstract and unique concept that takes time to understand. But you can, like, try to learn while, you know, being nice about it, you know? Like, don't just be a dickhead just because you feel like being a dickhead. That's just fucking lame, honestly. I just want to finish this off by saying I'm comfortable with who I am regarding my gender. I'm very proud of who I am. I like being non-binary. I think more people should be non-binary. Fuck it, why not? Throw away gender, get rid of silly gendered norms. Like, why the fuck should we limit clothing to gender? Like, why should certain activities be regarded as inherently masculine or inherently feminine? Like, it doesn't make you feminine to fucking paint your nails, or like, hell, like, even if you fucking do clear nail polish, people will think that's feminine, it's just really stupid, right? Like, this is just shit that don't make sense sometimes. So yeah, I like being non-binary. I think it's very cool. Yeah. And I don't know, I just would like it if people were like more willing to learn and more respectful about it. Because, again, I want to reiterate, misgendering only really pisses me off when it's done with bad intentions, or whenever someone only does it if they're upset, because then it feels conditional, and that doesn't feel right. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. I know ultimately this video is gonna be very all over the place, and like 90% of it is off script. Anywho, yeah, happy Pride Month, everyone. Hope we all have an amazing day. See ya.